Okay. Oh, sorry for the chewing. We are live. We are back with Skarbrand the Exiled. Sorry, I'm just finishing my breakfast sandwich. Breakfast Sammy. Oh, shoulders all. Somebody want to donate a new shoulder? Can we become cyborgs already? Somebody make me a space marine. It's getting old and being stiff and in pain is... It's not my bag, baby. It's not my bag. Alright, where did we leave this nonsense off yesterday? I don't even remember. Oh yeah, weren't we gonna...
Lord of Court, war summons me. Slay!
I refuse.
Corn demands skulls. Kill, maim. Skulls for the skull throne! Their blood must be spilled.
Ooh! That didn't happen last time.
War
Doomsinger. What do we want to do? Wow, that was a lot. That was a lot of XP. Oh, didn't I do the thing from the thing for the thing? You know, the thing. Who do I want to?
We are Karnit's chosen.
Death Blow, Frenzy, and Regeneration. I think he already has Frenzy, doesn't he? Yes. So that's a little... That's a little upsetting. Ah, Crown of Command. I probably, excuse me. I'm gonna do that for the regeneration. You can have the Torment Blade. Man, I love the look of that. The double axes just looks like amazing. I really like the Khorne aesthetic. How is he different than the Lord? Is it just me, or does the Exalted Hero actually look better? Though that is a cool helmet. Oh, yeah. Scar Bloodwrath is on his way over here, too. We need more magic items. More magic items. More magic!
Exalted through slaughter!
Short-sighted.
Wow, that kills way more than it did last time. I wonder if I took replenishment last time instead of... Huh. Meh. Whatever.
Come, take this sacrifice. Let the slaughter commence!
You know what I haven't looked at either? Haven't looked at the victory conditions. Oh, no way! Oh, I've just been sitting on this. What is wrong with me? I could have had the chainsword like all this time? Oh, all I had to do was Skarbrand's quest battle, and I would have had a chainsword. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. All I had to do was Skarbrand's quest battle. I've just been sitting on it for I don't know how long. Totally keep forgetting that it's even there. If I did the quest battle, we'd have a short victory, and if we had a short victory, we'd already have a long victory. That's just hilarious. This campaign is basically already over.
They died well.
And I'm just like... basically fighting this for no reason.
Name.
Oh, isn't that just... just typical me.
Exalted of Corn!
Man, that XP boost is incredible.
Warriors of Corn!
Alright, so that would be... so if I add... excuse me. If I add the hero that's marching over here now, that's 14. If I add 2 more Skull Crushers, which is what I want to do, that's 16. Which only leaves me room for 4 units. I want to put the 2 RORs in here, so that only leaves room for 2 units. And we'll do this. We'll do that for now to fill the ranks until I can get the RORs in here. The Regiments of Renown. But man, I still need... It is such a long wait to get Skull Crushers. Man.
Herald of Corn! Praise Corn, Lord of Murder! Corn's demand! Skulls for the Skull Throne! Blood for the Blood God! Corn's Herald! Rage, fury, wrath! Blessed worship! March! Faster! Faster! Never! In Cardiff's name! Slaughter! Fresh skulls await us! Fire hits upon death!
Well, that leaves him way more than it did last time.
Skarbrand obeys. So many skulls for the taking.
So what happens if... I don't remember... Excuse me, I don't remember this quest battle very well. This looks really difficult. Oh, now I kind of remember it. This is... This ends up being kind of brutal, as I recall.
I am the Spine Crusher, the Skull Taker, the Blood Quencher. I am violence. I am war. I am wrath. I am rage incarnate. I am Skarbrand, the Unforgiven.
The Unforgiven! That's right. Nobody's ever gonna forgive you, Skarbrand.
Exiled One.
Blood for the blood god indeed, I agree.
Onward, I go. Fury leads us on, and Skarbrand's blessing. Skarbrand.
Wow, Skarbrand's getting... Interesting. He's kind of getting dunked on. Kind of getting dunked on. Unit is Lord or Hero. So just a regular bloodthirster doesn't count? Interesting.
Bloodthirster marching.
What's going on now?
Cultist of the Blood God. The Skull Taker's decree.
Please shoot. Please shoot at the things I've told you to shoot at. You were literally told to shoot at these things I don't know how long ago. the edge of the map. Okay, I've kind of lost track of what I'm doing here. Good grief. I don't even know how to... Ugh, not what I was trying to do. I'm pretty sure I clicked on 9 there, not...
Blood, skulls, slaughter, rage. The blood fury. Hoods of chaos.
Wait, why is... Why are you in that group? You weren't ever...
More than barbarians. Spread corruption. Insufficient slaughter here. I'm battle. Fresh vigor! Blood, skulls, slaughter! It begins! Servant of the Murder Lord! Power of the Wolf!
keeping my front line back because I have, while it's been a long time, I have fought this battle before, and I have watched as my frontline units were
Battle ends! War continues!
well, that went stupendously well.
Cultist, the Blood God! Ritual of blood! A victorious move, perhaps! Torches!
Now the question is, does winning that battle count to refresh my movement? That is the question. What is the answer? Ha! It did. That's awesome. Okay, so you have Slaughter and Carnage now, which is great. Do I put the chainsword then? Oh, wow. Oh, I love this thing so much. The chainsword has got to be like one of my favorite items. It is so stinking amazing. I like him with the Hellblade. I like him with the Eternal Blade. Yeah, I like the Obsidian on him as well.
Lord of Corn!
Okay, and then we
Done.
murder Gorbad.
For corn.
Really? Really? That seems pretty... That seems pretty out to lunch to me. Especially after the fight we just won. Oops, I did it again. Try and hide behind the... That Gorgon sure seems to take a lot of damage. Considering he's got Gore Feast and should be regenerating while in battle.
Yes!
Well, we'll just go for it. Oh, no, that is, now that I think about it, that is not what we want to do, because I have just remembered something. If I just dive them in, they'll get surrounded and,
Skarbrand! Arch for corn! Arch! Strength of skulls! Horns come on!
oh, that was a vicious shot. Ow. Ow. That hurt. Come on. God, the control is so terrible. So stupid.
On your feet! Corn demands movement! The drinker of blood! Arch for corn! Fury leads us all!
Gosh. It's just infuriating trying to do anything with.
leads to darkness. Bringing ruin.
Good morning, viewers. How are you today? If you just joined us, I finally bothered to check what the victory conditions for Skarbrand are and realized I had met them all, except I hadn't done Skarbrand's quest battle. The campaign is technically already over, because if I do his quest battle, that gets me a short victory, and if you've got a short victory, then you get a long victory. Well, so you have to have raised enough settlements, but I already have. So this campaign was technically over ages ago, and I am just an idiot. But that's okay, because we know that. We're quite aware.
We might climb. Followers of chaos. The massacre shall not end.
That's dangerous, because he is probably going to get... well, whatever. Gosh, he's slow. Good morning, Shaz Calazar, or is it Skaz Calazar? Skaz Calazar or Shaz Calazar. Yeah, this is pretty much an in-game army. This is pretty much first one, Shaz Calazar. I mean, that makes sense. Oof, wow, look at this mess. When I say mess, I mean mess. Good grief, what is going on here? Yeah, called it. I knew as soon as he dove in, he would just get ganged up on by everything. Oh, I think I totally forgot. I totally forgot this unit. That's hilarious. No, that's not what you were told to do. There.
Sacrifice them! Ritual of blood!
Hello, please obey commands. We'll put you on there, and we'll put you on there. Who else have we got doing what and where? And gosh, it's hard to see. He's kind of getting smashed by that. Maybe it would be better. We will put you on there, and we will swing you around. Whoops. Around this way. We will fire right into your side. That's what we're going to do.
Blood God!
I'll attack you right in the rear. It's already over. Awesome. Okay, so what we want is we want folks to regenerate some. So we will keep you on Gorbad. You do not have Gore Feast. You do not have Gore Feast. I don't think you have Gore Feast either. You do have Gore Feast. Alright. So you can attack those. You should keep attacking that. And you should keep attacking that. And then all of the other units, actually I think you've got Gore Feast as well, now that I think about it. And we'll just try and get everything out of the way.
A victorious move.
No, that's like the opposite of what I wanted you to do.
Fresh vigor. Focus on the fury.
It's not worth. It's not worth fiddling with all the little micromanagement just to get a little bit of healing from Gorefeast at the end. If the game would just work, if you could just tell a unit to go after a unit and it just would, instead of all the goofy nonsense that happens. Okay.
Lord of Corn. Skarbrand.
60k. Wow. Not 100% sure how that happened, but I'm also not upset by it.
Corn demands patience.
What do I do with this guy? Because ba-ba-da-ba-ba-ba. I just want filler. That'll work. Flesh hands will work for filler.
Raise the iron! Perhaps they are too weak.
I'm going to disband these now, because if I keep not disbanding them, I'm never going to disband them. So in 10 turns, they can be swapped into the other army, which is, you know, that's where I wanted them all along, basically. That's not what I want there. That was a lot of upgrades. That was a lot of upgrades in one turn. Good morning, viewers. Good morning, good morning, good morning. And welcome to the slaughter.
Your skull is spared from a skull.
Sure, Archeon. I should actually check. Do you... Oh, what's happening here now? Do I want... I'm gonna pause it for 10 turns. Mostly because I don't remember.
First for battle!
I don't remember.
Only the mightiest are worthy.
So that was silly. I over-recruited. I over-recruited one person.
Moving out.
I don't remember the Daemon Prince's skill tree. I don't remember whether he...
Step aside. Korn demands blood.
what units he buffs. So I built this whole army right now based on the fact that he buffs mortal units. And if I kick him up to a Daemon Prince, I don't know if it switches what he buffs. And if it does switch it, then it would kind of ruin the design of my army. How is this possibly a valiant defeat? Alright, well, we'll just hang on to that for a second. Yay, one less faction to worry about.
Done. Set blood first. Rest. Keep them moving.
So why do you struggle to play Khorne? Is it Khorne in particular? Wow. Shaz Kalazar. Why can't I keep that straight in my head?
Wait. Khorne commands it. Destroy!
Do you struggle to play Khorne in particular, or Skarbrand in particular, or what's your sort of feeling or your situation that way? I don't find excuse me. I don't find it difficult per se to say your name. I'm just stumbling over it because I'm an idiot. It's not actually hard to say. Yeah, so a lot of it depends. So I mean, you have to keep in mind that that's like a level 50 army. So Skarbrand's level 50. There's like 4 heroes in that army. All of them are like level 45 or higher. And then most of my troops as well that are in that army are level 9 because they've been in that army for a while earning XP. So you have to factor that in because that army compared to like Skarbrand's army that you start with when Skarbrand's level 1 and all he has is bloodletters that are all level 0, that's a massive difference. And we've got multiple regiments of renown in there as well. And I mean, you get the idea, but so that's part of it. You know, part of it's just the quality of the units. But another part of it, yeah, it really does. So I'll see if I can finish this battle, and if I can, that may give you. I'll see if I can demonstrate what I'm talking about. Now, can they? Yeah, they can. That's so frustrating that they can. Give me 1 second here. I'm just gonna park everything in the corner in hopes that they can't reach it with the towers. My micro is not great as well. So I tend to play this more as like a strategy game rather than, you know, like a fast-paced, you know, micromanagement, click as fast as you can game. Which is not to say there's anything wrong with that. I'm just commenting on why I pause so much. So now an interesting question here is, do I try to fight this, or do I attempt to just charge through and capture the points? Oh, you've only been playing Total War for like a week? Oh, dude, you have, or I assume dude, person. You have a ton to learn. And I'm not saying that to like scare you off and go, oh, there's so much to learn. But just that there is considerable depth to the game. So just like as you go along, you learn little things and figure out little things as you go. And especially with how often they've been patching with hot fixes recently. You know, you can be playing the game one week and the next week it's almost a completely different game. It's kind of crazy sometimes. It's the same idea. I just don't want the towers murdering all my stuff, so we're gonna just move it all over here. And then we want these in 8. We want these in 9. We want these in 0. And we want these in 3. No, 3. There we go. And we want him in 9 as well. Okay. We want to minimize how much damage those towers are doing, because they are getting some really good shots in. All right. I'm never quite sure what to do with these. I don't really know whether to move them in and attack with them. I guess we will. I guess we'll just move in and attack. Well, welcome to the wonderful things that are Total War 3. No, you guys need to get up here too. I'm not sure what you're doing, but stop lollygagging. Okay, we still got the... Yeah, I guess they still have things manned. If he would come down off the wall... Is that the... Oh, I know what I could do. Yeah, we'll fly these guys. Where was that? We'll put the Furies on them. Actually, we're going to try and save up for the big sword. We are going to try and save for the sword. Okay, the walls are clear now, so now we can bring up this stuff as well.
The Skull Taker's decree.
So he's stuck. He's bugged out.
Bloodthirster moving.
He's bugged out, which sadly that happens in flying units sometimes now.
Lord on him.
Oh, here comes the big sword. You ready for this? Boom! Think this is almost over. Think we're doing pretty good here. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. Yeah, now their leadership's gonna break. This is over. There we go. Victory! Alright. So what's the easiest way for me to show you this? So definitely on a hero, whether it's a lord or a hero, leveling up makes a massive difference. So even though each point of a skill doesn't give you very much, it can quickly add up. It compounds and adds up very quickly. Whew, that's a lot of money. That's really tempting. What are we at? We're at 10K. No, I don't want to fight that again, so let's just take the place. Let's just take the place.
Of corn. I go. Court held. Go.
So we'll grab that. So I almost always grab growth first. So the main growth building is over here, but quite often if you check any unique resources that are in the settlement first, quite often you'll find a building like this. Well, I shouldn't say often, but pastures in particular. Pastures often give you growth as well as additional benefits. So this is giving us money and growth and boosting the growth in every other province. So clearly that's the better building to build. All right, so Ba, 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 ba. So if I bring up strategist, that's hilarious. Spell intensity, that's pretty funny. I don't really remember what the blood speakers do. I should probably recruit one just to find out what they even do. I'm recruiting at level 13 now? Why am I recruiting at level 13? I don't remember. I don't know why I'm recruiting at that level, but that's okay.
Blood speaker.
That's okay. So what does a blood speaker do? Blood speakers, Skull Reapers and Wrathmongers. I mean, are these guys just straight up better than Chaos Lords in every way? That seems a little strange, doesn't it? Huh, so these guys are all about Skull Reapers and Wrathmongers too. That's a lot of units that seem to buff Skull Reapers and Wrathmongers in particular. I'm not really complaining, I'm just commenting.
All wars are won.
Alright, so we'll pull up a... Alright, so we'll pin this. I'm trying to figure out why. I guess it's not going to show me unless I actually recruit it. But that's fine. We can go ahead and recruit one. But I am recruiting it at rank 2. But it tells us right there what that does. So it adds 2 leadership, 2 melee attack, and 2 melee defense. So if you compare that, keep in mind that's a blood letter. That's not an exalted blood letter. So now if we compare that to a rank 9, rank 9 is 10 leadership, 10 melee attack, and 9 melee defense. And then, in addition, this is an exalted blood letter. So, you know, if you compare, like, Skarbrand's tier 1 army to his to the army I'm running now, which is like an endgame army where all the heroes are level 50. I've got, you know, all the maximum units, all the RORs, all the units in here are maxed out. Then, you know, this exalted bloodletter has 71 melee attack and 48 melee defense. Well, if you compare that to the bloodletter
the bloodied flesh
that we just pulled up, it's only got 42 and 28. So your melee attack is compared to your melee defense to determine whether or not your attack hits. So a rank 9 exalted bloodletter has 71 melee attack against basically 30 melee defense. So I mean 70 against 30, a lot of your attacks are going to hit. But then if you flip it around, this unit only has 42 melee attack against 48 melee defense. So now you're not even talking like a 50-50 chance. Every attack by each entity, so there's 100. There's 100, if you look right here, there's 100 units, 100 bloodletters in this unit. So each individual bloodletter would have less than a 50-50 chance of each attack hitting. So 100 attacks at a 50% chance to hit, or 100 attacks at like an 80% chance to hit. So yeah, it quickly makes a significant difference, because if they're exactly even, if it's like a rank 1 bloodletter on a rank 1 bloodletter, then it's like 50-50 all the way. But as soon as you shift that, even by like 5 or 10%, it's not only a 55% chance to hit for one side, but it's a 45% chance to hit for the other side. So it actually slews 10%, not 5%. So yeah, anyway, you get the idea. It adds up really fast.
Here! And step on the path!
I should have recruited this over in the other place. But that's okay. I was just trying to demonstrate something. So no biggie. No biggie. I know what I could do, though. We could, where are we at with our activatable abilities? Oh, I can pop that. I can pop that, so that's... Can he recruit where he's at right now? He can't recruit globally. He cannot recruit globally. Yeah, so I have to wait at least one turn. Okay, so there's no need to pop that ability yet. I know I'm kind of talking in circles, but you'll see what I mean in a second. I'm just going to disband him for now. He'll come back in 5 turns, and we'll put him over in the other settlement. We'll bring him back in the other settlement where we actually want him to be. All right, what buildings can we build? So we're just going to go straight growth in all these places. Get them going as fast as we can. Ekrund, what do we want in Ekrund? Yes, I want that. We want that right there. Oh. Yeah, and I'll want the growth building here too, because I need Ekrund to grow. I need Ekrund to grow as fast as it can grow. And we'll turn that on for even more growth. We'll flip this to growth. What are we actually on here? This is on growth, and it's actually already maxed out, so that's actually pointless. We'll put it on this, because I want the income from all buildings. I don't actually care about the upkeep reduction. I just want the income from all buildings increased 10%. Alright. Let's spin our unturn. So what I was just saying applies to lords and heroes too. Oh, right. So I actually wanted to check this and forgot to. Okay, so he doesn't care. He doesn't care that I'm allied with Archeon and some other people. No, I do not want a full military alliance with you, Drazoath. Nothing personal. Nothing personal. I think your beard is lovely. But I'm happy with defensive allies. Sorry, back to what we were saying. So, same idea what I was just talking about. Gold chevrons are leveling up your units. Yeah. Yeah, I knew that was coming at some point. That doesn't surprise me at all. Same applies to your lords and heroes. So if you put a single point into a skill that increases your melee attack by like 2 points, that kind of seems like not very much, and you're kind of like, well, what's 2 melee attack. But if you put 3 points in there, suddenly it's not 2, it's like 2, 4, and then like 8 or like 10. So assuming 3 points is like 10 melee attack, well now the same thing that we were just talking about applies, where so in that instance, your melee defense hasn't changed and their stats haven't changed, so your chance to hit has gone up but nothing else has changed. But then if you buy the next 3 points in the melee defense skill, well now we're talking about the same shift, where not only do you have like a 10% better chance to hit, but they have a 10% worse chance to hit. And now the difference is like 20%. By the way, these percentages I'm talking about, like 10% and 20%, I'm not saying those are the actual literal numbers. These are numbers I'm inventing just as an example. But either way, you know, what I'm saying, you can see how the more they level, and both units, lords, and heroes, the more they level, and the more you put points in, whether it's skill points or hand them magic items, the more the divide goes this way. Like, not only are they getting better, but your enemies are kind of getting comparatively worse. Not literally worse, but comparatively worse.
Slaughter! Cleave!
Executing.
Rage, fury, wrath, court's herald. Rest, surge! Legion assemble!
So these are all blood hosts, so I don't really have, that's why I'm running 2 side by side. I don't really have control over like how these guys level or what they do. So we're kind of just
Herald of Corn. Purify land.
Alright, so we'll attack with this guy.
Executioner.
And then we will encircle. And the reason I am doing that is because I couldn't quite tell or be sure whether or not I could get this guy close enough to reinforce. So now that the town is encircled, I can move him much closer.
Demons.
And we are... I am going to sack that.
Hack and cleave.
Okay, so now what we want to do, because believe it or not, this isn't like his completed army. This is not my perfect Skarbrand army. So if we pop this ability, +3 recruit rank, but it also, more importantly, reduces global recruit time. Yeah, so I would say that's one of the biggest challenges to... Yeah, there is actually a lot of depth to the game. You don't need to know all of that to play. That's one of the things I actually really like about Total War, and specifically Total War Warhammer. I've played 1 or 2 of the other Total War games, but nowhere near to the depth that I've played Total War Warhammer 3. What I like is So the very first time I loaded up Total War 1, and I tried to originally learn the game, I found it overwhelming. There was just too much to know. There wasn't any kind of tutorial I had. There were so many buttons. If you went into if you clicked on like the settlement and then clicked on the settlement button, I didn't know like what any of the buildings did or why some settlements had 5 tiers and some had 3. I didn't even understand that you needed to upgrade, the main settlement building in order to unlock being able to build the other buildings and the building slots, and I just found it stupendously overwhelming.
Only the strongest may serve.
So we can get exalted bloodletters in 2 turns. We can get it's still 4 turns for a bloodthirster. Grumble, grumble, grumble. And it's 2 turns for soul grinder. Shoot, so I went to all that trouble basically for nothing. Can I get... Okay, so we can get 2 of those, because that's what I've wanted for a while to round out. I need 2 more blood crushers to go with this blood crusher. And then we can... delete them, and I think I'm even going to... And we will pick up 2 soul grinders. And the reason I'm swapping these out, so I'm swapping in skull crushers because I just really like them. But Skarbrand in particular buffs bloodthirsters and soul grinders. So I've been meaning for a while to get bloodthirsters and soul grinders into his army, and I've been struggling to do so. Alright, so Thoric has decided to declare on me,
disgrace my ancestors.
like the jerk face that he
Lord of
is.
Corn. Do you take me for a wazzik? Thirst for battle! Prepare for the battle to come! We wait for corn!
In many regards, the warriors, chosen of corn and exalted bloodletters, in some regards, are actually better units. But I just think bloodthirsters. Oh, I forgot that he's got these places too. Darn it! Darn it! Darn it! Darn it! I just think bloodthirsters are a very cool looking unit. I think they're super cool to look at. Sorry, back to your other question. You need skulls to get the cities, right? Yes. In order to occupy a settlement, you must have skulls. What do you do when you don't have enough skulls? So the answer to that is that's one of the challenges to Khorne, and it's much more of a challenge in his early game. In late game, where we're at now, and I've got 4 blood hosts and 2 armies on the map, it's not nearly as much of a concern. But basically, you have to balance sacking for money, because Khorne doesn't have a very good income. So you have to choose when to sack in order to boost your economy, when to raise in order to get more skulls, and when to occupy or buy a blood host, which both cost skulls. So what I generally do, there are exceptions, but what I generally do is so in Death Gorge is the capital, and Gorgazon and Agrul Migdal are the minor settlements. I will usually raise both minor settlements. I'll raise them for skulls, assuming that my economy is okay. I'll raise them for skulls, and then I will use those skulls to occupy the main settlement. Now, if I need more units, if I'm struggling to win my fights, and I have the skulls, like right now I've got 27,000 skulls. If my financial economy is okay, like I don't desperately need money right now, and my skull economy is okay, like I'm sitting on 3,000 or 4,000, so I know I can settle my next capital or my next major settlement, then what I might do is I might raise one and then use the other to generate a blood host. So that's the balance with Skarbrand in particular, is when do I sack, when do I raise, when do I occupy, when do I make a blood host?
Let me think about it. No!
Shoot, I should have got walls there. It's alright. Do I want to... Yeah, I should have. I should have started recruiting a new army. I just messed up. Not super bad, but I did just mess up, for sure. So if you just look at the stats, then a Bloodthirster should be better than like a Khorne Warrior, or even a Chosen of Khorne, or an Exalted Bloodletter. But actual performance during the battles, Bloodthirsters, I find they perform poorly on the map, like in the actual battles, which is disappointing. But it is what it is. That is the reality of the situation. And part of that is part of the reason for that
Herald of Khorne.
is just game balance. If they
Demons, praise. Herald of Khorne.
if they made all single entities, such as Bloodthirsters, super powerful, then that's all you would use, or all you would spam. And in fact, that's kind of how the game was in Total War 2, is all you ever really needed to do was just spam a bunch of single entities, whether it was dragons, Bloodthirsters, giants, Arachnarok spiders. All you really had to do was just spam giant monsters, and you would win the game. And that wasn't particularly interesting.
Bloodshed. Come.
So that's why single entities now are like good, but they're not the end all be all of, oh, you sneaky little.
Blood. Stuff and nonsense.
Well, I hope Death Gorge has enough of a... Man, I don't know if that... I don't know if that can hold him off.
Exalted of Korn.
That's upsetting.
Let none oppose me. Kill, maim, slaughter. Slaughter! The weak serve the strong. Let the slaughter commence!
Now, do I just pray that that can hold? I'm not really sure how he got there, but I guess it's, I mean, it is what it is.
Not yet. Fight for Karneth.
I like having Lightning Strike. It's a powerful ability. I'm not sure what you're asking, Shazkalzar. Spike
Lord
Peak?
of Rage.
You're asking what I did here? I generated a blood host. So, this army was over here. Actually, sorry, it was this army. So these two armies, this army right here, the blood crushers and the raging harvesters were right here. I attacked with the raging harvesters. The blood crushers were within reinforcement range. It was a decisive victory. We won the battle. And then I raised the settlement and created a new blood host, which is this blood host right here. And then I moved this blood host to be next to it. Yeah, so this is a change that they made recently. Part of the mechanic for Skarbrand is that when you raise a settlement, it becomes unsettleable. So the Beastmen work this way as well. There's a couple of factions now that work this way. So as an example, let's say I had these two armies. Let's say I had these two armies down here, and I raised Karak Asgal to the ground. Thorek could just move back into the settlement and resettle it immediately on the end turn. And so factions that rely heavily on raising settlements to the ground, namely Skarbrand, well, actually all of Khorne, not the Warriors of Chaos so much, though it might apply to them too, but Khorne, that's Skarbrand, Skulltaker, and Arbol, and the Beastmen, when they raise a settlement, it'll put this burning icon on it, and if you notice the little 3, that means for the next 3 turns, nobody can settle it. It's raised to the ground. No one can do anything with it for the next 3 turns. And that prevents the AI from just, like, you raise it, they resettle it. You raise it, they resettle it. You raise it, they resettle it. So that's what that is. That was added like a year ago, I think they changed that.
War and slaughter. Khorne demands.
Oh yeah, I wanted to look at. So he's got the Doom Singer. I do really like the Firestorm Blade on him. I really like the Torment Blade on him. We'll put an Executioner's Axe on him. And he's got his own stuff. He doesn't need... Should probably upgrade some of these to blue armor. Okay, so we can... Whoops, not that. We can merge these. I'm just going to keep them as greens. So he'll be good to go next turn. And then I don't know whether do I drop a couple of hounds for like a couple more bloodthirsters, or do I just rock what I've got here? I mean, honestly, I didn't need to change the army at all. It's already murdering anything and everything that I fight. He doesn't come back for 3 more turns. Yeah, so we'll throw a Herald of Corn in here for the moment. Should have done that last turn. Ooh, what does this do? Oh, does he get all of them? No, he gets 1. Oh, that's cool. Melee attack for Bloodletters, Exalted Bloodletters, and Blood Crushers. Ooh, magic item drop chance. Not gonna lie, I kinda want... I'm gonna go... I'm gonna go this way. I'm gonna go that way. Alright.
You steal.
Because there's all kinds of other ways to buff bloodletters and stuff, so... So I don't think I need that particular extra skill at the moment. Walls. Try and make some small, tiny effort at not losing all those places. Okay, 1 more turn for... I'm just going to save some of my money for the moment. Alright, now let's see what's about to go terribly, horribly wrong here. So if you look back through my videos, Shez Kalazar, you should be able to see the start of this campaign, and I will eventually... decisive defeat. I'm not 100% sure where these armies came from, but I believe these are... I'm not 100% sold on the fact that that's decisive defeat. Well, gyro bombers are nasty. Yeah, I don't really feel like fighting that. We'll just let them die. I'm pretty sure those were my blood hosts. Yeah, it was the two here. So I didn't really see that he had armies nearby. I saw one of them, but I didn't see the other. Okay. Alright. Wait, what? Why did that...
Blood for the blood god.
Are you kidding me? What a... That is so stupid.
Retreat!
So it's stuff like this, honestly, it's stuff like this that actually makes me not want to play the game.
Swiftly.
So because Thoric is sieging the capital, it has blocked me from recruiting these. So now I've wasted...
I am an instrument of wrath. Exalted Fußglotten! Wrath incarnate.
So now I've wasted a turn, and every turn that Skarbrand sits idle,
Must sate you.
this meter goes down. So what I should have been able to do is he should have been active this turn. I should have been able to finish off Carrick Drum, because that's the only reason I'm up here, is just to get rid of this last orc settlement. And then I should have been able to turn around and start heading down here in order to help with all these battles. And now instead, I'm stuck up here for another turn. Ugh. Just infuriating.
The runes of wrath.
I don't think that should block. I don't think that should block
I will prove
global
myself
recruitment.
to God.
I understand it blocking local recruitment, but blocking global, just, that seems... That seems really, really crappy, to be blunt. I mean, like, logically, it makes sense. But fun-wise, I don't think it does. Alright, something else that I wanted to check. How is my... Oh, wow, I know a couple of things that I've been meaning to check, and I have not been paying attention at all. Okay, so he is unhappy that I've got a treaty with the Challengers of Khorne, but my standing's still, like, way better than... awesome. This is what I've been meaning to check this for a while now, too. So we will absorb all our ball. And then
Blood Speaker!
we don't
A
need...
blood ritual may be at hand.
I did not notice that he's carrying a severed head in his hands. That's hilarious. So I don't really want these places.
These are Gromdal.
Tribe slaughter. We will just
Minu who's Bagruni. Who's a pest?
gift to you.
Ignata Dorazan. Izan Lokus Anu.
Alright, so we'll wait a turn before we gift that. That's Archeon. I might as well delete him because he's just gonna get murdered anyway. There's no way he can win like any of these fights that are around here. These guys are both in really rough shape too. Oh, those will reinforce even though they're... So even though the orcs and the dwarves are not working together because they're both my enemy, if I attack that, the dwarves will reinforce.
Must murder! Cons to man!
I don't think I can win this. I think this is probably...
Disempower!
This is probably a waste of time.
Done! Destroy!
But I'm just gonna leave it sieged anyway, and see what happens.
The blood gods demand sacrifice. Lord of Rage!
Oh, I'm trying to figure out what I can do. Okay, so if I activate any of these abilities, none of which are going to do anything like super spectacular for me, it'll put all of these on cooldown for 3 turns. But if I wait 1 turn, this becomes available. So we're just going to sit on our skulls for 1 turn.
9. Slaughter. Join Legion.
Oh, you know what I could do as well?
Blood god.
Exalted murder.
I'm just going to reset. Actually, let's check this first. No, I'm gonna pull all this off. We're gonna reset his skill points. Looks like our ball himself is not, oops, on the map. So, out of curiosity, yeah, okay. Okay. He's available in 2 turns. So instead of that blood speaker, likely I will recruit Arball over there in 2 turns. And over there, because this is where I'm recruiting all of my mortal units. That's the only reason I say over there. Alright, so let's see what nonsense happens on the end turn. Right, sorry, Shez Calazar. So, if you look at my Twitch channel, there should be like 2 weeks of videos there, and I only started this campaign back on like Friday, I think. So you should be able to see the start of this campaign. And I did actually struggle. In fact, I started it twice. I started it once, and I felt like I completely messed it up. And so I restarted. So yeah, you're looking at basically attempt 2. And I have played Skarbrand before, and more than one time before as well. So even though I have played him before and I was playing him anew, I still restarted. So, you know, keep that in mind as well. Now I am getting low on money, which is not shocking. Okay, so we've got our new army.
Well, I'll do it. At last, bloodshed.
We're just gonna raise it because I need Skarbrand out of here. I didn't want to leave that one orc place in the middle of all of my stuff. That would have been a real problem. And then we force march Skarbrand. And then we activate this, which gives him all of his movement back again.
The drink of blood.
And then we force march him almost all the way to Blaze Sorrow. So in like one more turn, he'll be right in the thick of it with all these armies. Okay, so he cannot get back here to attack me.
I have no time for this. None shall hinder my ascension.
What is unthinkable?
I don't think any of these armies can actually reach me. So what I'm thinking I should recruit as fast as I'm able. But then I can't afford it. So maybe I should have sacked a settlement, but I didn't actually have...
Let the slaughter commence! Now is the time!
Okay, so I can't reach him. Well, I can, so it only leaves 5% of my movement. So if I go after him, he's in camp and he'll just run away. If I go after him, he's raiding and he likewise will just run away. And in fact, I actually can't reach him at all.
Seeking battle.
So that's problematic because
Don't be a wazzock.
so that leaves Thoric just free. So he's got me surrounded. He's got an army in like every direction, and I don't want like any of them
Sacred executioner.
to come after me. And so we end up in kind of a sticky wicket. Really wish I could afford a Dreadquake, but we are a long, long way from that. Ally missions? Yeah, I mean, we're going to try and kill Thoric anyway, so I'll accept the mission to kill him, because I might as well get some points out of it. I have a sneaking suspicion that he's just going to keep running me around. Like, if I go up here, he'll run away, and then these two armies will close in on Death Gorge. If I go down here, he'll just run away, and then these two armies will close in on Death Gorge. Like, I'm kind of getting...
Ridiculous.
Oh. And where did that come from? I guess he had Shoot. So that was a rogue army that I attacked like 5 turns ago, and he must have had like another army way down here or something.
No.
Ugh.
Short-sighted.
Shoot.
Never.
I can't believe he had another army somewhere like off the map somewhere. And of course it comes back right now.
Lord of War.
Good grief.
I am an instant.
I can try and ambush though. I can get like a 75% chance.
Move out!
The enemy cowers at our approach.
And we're just gonna hang on to our money for a moment.
Glory to the blood. Conversing with you keeps me from...
Unpopular conference. Thank you for the update. So who, Shaz Kalazar, are you still here? Are you still watching? So who is your, who is like your favorite faction? Who have you played so far? Who like kind of really stands out to you so far? What was like the first faction you played? Pardon me. I need to go for another walk and get some more sunshine. So Thoric declaring war is kind of a pain, because what I was gonna do is I was gonna come up here after I finished off Gorbad. I was gonna go up there and kill Belagar, and now I've got to run the whole way back here and deal with Thoric, which is mildly frustrating. Yeah, he's just got like an endless tide of armies coming after me. That's a problem. Yeah, it is difficult to know who to start with, and everybody has their own opinions on who's like best to start with, but I would actually classify both of those as difficult. I find Grand Cathay difficult just in general because their mechanic, you know, their actual battle mechanics are that units close to each other and in formation buff each other, which on the one hand might be a benefit because you can kind of corner camp. Good morning, Mr. Broads. You're not the only one. So on the one hand, you can, with Grand Cathay, corner camp and put all your melee units in front and all your ranged units behind, and that can make microing a little easier because there's less micro, or there's less to manage when you do that. But it also means that if you're like moving across the map or you're trying to go somewhere or do something, it's very difficult to keep those units close to each other and in formation. 1 second. Sound of drums, Karak Azul, a frustrated, slaughter-starved legion of daemons pound their hooves upon the ground in nightmare synchronicity, a cacophonous, earth-shaking drumbeat that stokes mindless fury in all who hear it. Distract them with slaughter, which will cost us money, but give us control. Permit the din to continue. Well, I'm just going to permit it to continue, because I don't need the control, and I don't feel like losing the money. Alright, so so both of our dudes are now available. But our money is rapidly going in the crapper because we are recruiting a third army that we can't really afford, not really. I still can't reach that guy.
I live for war.
Huh. Playing super defensive here. He's just gonna...
Not likely.
He's just gonna see that.
Thirst for battle.
So would I have been better off? Kill for corn. Daemon's Reforged. We don't need Daemon's Reforged. And we don't need that, so yeah, we'll go that way.
The blood gods demand sacrifice.
I suspect he's just going to run away, but let's see what happens. Oh, I can actually reach him. That's
Blood for
surprising.
the blood gods! Take their
Alright, one down.
spells! Come, take this sacrifice. Exalted through slaughter!
That doesn't quite give me enough to get to Carrick as Ghoul, though.
Ah! Glory and slaughter! Slaughter begets rewards!
Woundmaker. Oh, I've already got Deadly Onslaught, so we'll grab Brass Collar. Another point in Slaughterer.
The wrathful reaper!
Another point in Hunt.
We are time
So I can't
chosen.
actually make it back far enough to reinforce.
Time is not right.
So we'll just move back and we'll see.
Bugroth!
Yeah, so what's going to happen
I am a rune lord, not some
is these two armies are going to sortie out and come after them, is very likely what's going to happen.
Khorne is pleased this day.
Be renewed! We're going to put him...
Glory and slaughter. March to war. Carter sends us on.
Shoot, can't quite reach him. Can't quite reach him. Darn it. 8 turns for any of these to regenerate. Man.
Skarbrand, slave to Khorne. Skarb, you are right.
Gonna put him at the crossroads. See what happens.
Bloodshed.
I'm not even entirely sure what to even put in this army. I'm wondering if I should just recruit a bunch of stuff to fill the army out, just so that I've got another army on the move. We'll grab another one of those so that we have triples. And that leaves us 5 more things or 5 more dudes. So there, in 3 turns, this army survives that long. In 3 turns, we'll have another army that can move out and go do stuff. But that's we're gonna be at like negative a couple thousand per turn. So we don't want to spend any money because we actually can't afford to. Yeah, so I find Grand Cathay difficult, not necessarily because the faction's difficult, but kind of, so their armies are designed to fight in formation, and they buff each other when they are in formation. But that means if something gets out of formation, that unit is weaker than normal, because the units are balanced based off of the idea that they're in formation and getting their buffs. So that means if they're out of formation, their units are weaker, generally speaking, than a similar unit from another faction. Similarly, I find Malachi very difficult for exactly the reasons you're talking about. Because of his start position and so much of so many different chaos factions that all hate him start really close to him, I find, me personally, I find that like everybody and their dog declares war on you very early on, and since all they have to do is just float across the bay to attack you, I find it very difficult with the dwarves, who on the campaign map are not very fast, generally speaking. You know, they have underway, which is super powerful, but generally speaking, I find them somewhat slow on the campaign map. So you start in a mountainous area that's difficult for you to get around with a slow army, and then like 5 different chaos factions all come at you from 5 different directions all across the bay. Now dwarves are, in my opinion, an excellent starting faction because they are very powerful just in general as a faction. Their units all have high armor and are very tough, which means when you're in a battle, generally speaking, it takes longer for dwarven units to die, which means if you're still learning the game, it gives you more time as your unit sort of slowly dies to like figure out what you want to do and respond to different threats. So I personally find dwarves a really good starting faction, but I don't think Malachi is the right choice. So I would either go Thorgrim. I would either go Thorgrim, not necessarily because he is the best lord, but he's kind of the classic starting dwarf lord. He's very tough. He's hard to kill. However, I haven't played Thorgrim in a long time, and they've adjusted the starting positions of like Skarsnik and Scrag the Ogres and Gorbad, and so he's kind of surrounded now, and a little bit similar to Malachi, he's kind of surrounded by people that hate him. So you may find him very difficult as well, or you may not. I just haven't played him in a long time. He's got the resilience to outlast the people that are immediately around him. But I would either try Thorgrim. I would not start with Ungrim. Ungrim is an excellent lord, but my issue with Ungrim is that his starting province is only 2 places.
Destroy them later.
Which means you've got like a lower starting economy as opposed to a 3-town or a 4-town starting location. Ungrim only starts with 2, a capital and 1 lesser settlement. And a little bit same idea to Malachi, because you start in the mountains. So like Thorgrim starts in the mountains, but pretty quickly he can like move out into the plains by Barrack Var if that's the way your campaign plays out. But Ungrim, unless he goes into the undead, is stuck in the mountains, and even with underway, it can be slow to like move around and get to places and conquer stuff. So Ungrim's very good, very, very good, but I don't recommend him as like your first go with the dwarves. So either Thorgrim, or the other one I would actually recommend is Thoric Ironbrow. Now, before I talk about Thoric, there's also Grombrindle the White Dwarf. Grombrindle is potentially the best Dwarven Lord, period. Specifically, his blue line of skills is different from everybody else's, and it has just like ridiculous buffs. However, I have not played Grombrindle since they moved his start place to be way over by Malekith. And so I'm really not sure how his campaign plays out. But if you try Thorgrim or Thoric and feel pretty comfortable with dwarves, Grombrindal would be a very different starting experience, since you would start way over by the Dark Elves. I think losing that place is going to mess up my recruitment. And I should have thought of that before recruiting all the stuff that I recruited. How does he have 3 armies? The one I killed and 2 new armies. That doesn't make like any sense at all. Anyway, Thorgrim's very solid. I also find Thorek really, really good. Are you kidding me? Wow. This game, man. So Thoric starts down here. Thoric starts down here, and the starting like orcs that he starts against, you know, usually Thoric sort of expands this way. So his first real threat is when he runs into Queek, which I was about to say Queek starts here, but he actually doesn't anymore. Queek starts up here, but like Queek and Kalita are usually like his first real threat. Either that or Manfred the Undead, Manfred von Karstein. And generally speaking, I find dwarves fight very well against undead. So did that. That did not apparently mess up my recruitment, which is very surprising.
The enemy cowers at our approach. We march!
Very upset that these guys managed to murder Scylla Anfengrim.
Bite your hand off.
Level 3
Now you
and level 23. Are you kidding me right now?
Wrath incarnate.
There's no way. So their chance to assassinate my hero should have been 0%. Skarbrand is level 50. He's in defensive stance. And Scylla Anfengrim was like level 40. When I take a hero and run him around the map, and I try to assassinate other heroes, if they're even like 10 levels below me, or 10 levels above me, I have a 0% chance to assassinate. And one of these heroes just assassinated Scylla Anfengrim, which would have been like twice his level. The idea that they just successfully assassinated Scylla Anfengrim is so ridiculous. It's not even funny. So we're just gonna sack that. Oh, I can't reach. That's upsetting. I was hoping that would give me enough to reach them.
You what? The portal has opened! None shall hinder my
So if I go to like right there,
patience. I have no
I'm
time for
hoping
this.
that suckers them, draws them up here to attack Skarbrand, is what I'm actually hoping for.
I live for war.
Well, I should probably go soon.
Exalted, of course.
I actually, so Thorgrim is a very solid start. Sorry, I know I'm kind of all over the place here with conversation. I actually really like Thoric. I really like his campaign mechanics. I like that he focuses on runes and that he's got specific locations that he wants to take or occupy, and that in doing so, he discovers like new runes. And he's got a quest battle, and at the end of the quest battle, he gets like I forget if it's a hammer or a unique rune or just what, but it gives you like a big AoE bombardment, and of course the dwarves don't usually have spells, so it's just really cool to have like a dwarf that's like just dropping bombs like a spellcaster would.
My blood fury was unstoppable.
Let the
What
slaughter
do I want to do
commence.
with this?
I think not.
I don't think.
The time of ascension beckons. War and slaughter.
I don't think I can win that, and he doesn't have. If he had one more point in lightning strike, I could lightning strike these guys and murder them.
I am an instrument. Silence before the slaughter.
So we're gonna try and ambush again.
Blood god.
Wow. He's got a long way to go. Storm Rack Mount.
These are Gromdal. Bastalborg Tadak. Fila.
Extra 7k should help. Now, if I disband him, does he just come back automatically way up here again?
I seek
Or
the kingdom of blood.
does that put him back in the recruitment pool and I can recruit him down south instead of having to run the whole way across the map? I don't remember which way that works. Wow. I am potentially in danger. I am and I'm not, depending on how this turn sort of plays out. I'm pretty sure I didn't ever build that building there, so that seems weird to me that that's... Well, maybe I did. Maybe I did. It's okay. It's alright. What else can I... So that's an instant heal. I don't need an instant heal. Let's go with Summon from Beyond. I always like having summoned units. Let's see what happens. And actually, I'm just going to pause this for a second. I will be right back. Hang on 1 second. Alright, sorry about that. Okay, let's see how this turn plays out. So Shalazar, Shaz Kalazar. Man, it's really not that hard. So if you really like dwarves, that's my thoughts on it. But of course, if you've ever started a new game, which clearly you did, then when you look at the factions, some of the factions have like a little silver emblem on them. So like Empire, High Elves, and I forget what the other one is. It might actually be Grand Cathay, but Creative Assembly actually puts a little silver emblem on, I think it's 3 of the factions, and that's Creative Assembly's recommendation on which factions to try first. I don't necessarily agree or disagree. I'm not convinced either way on their recommendation. But the Empire is definitely a good faction. It's a fun campaign. They have a wide variety of units and a wide variety of perfectly viable builds. So you can go like cav heavy, you can go artillery and ranged unit heavy, or you can go like all melee, or you can go hero heavy, or they don't really have monsters, but their monsters are steam tanks. You can go like, and land ships. You can go very single entity heavy, and like they have very powerful magic. So they're a very good starting faction. High Elves, similarly, for all of the exact same reasons. They have dragons, so you can go single entity heavy, you can go melee heavy with them, with Phoenix Guard, Sword Masters of Hoeth, and Rangers. You can go ranged heavy with a lot of archers and Sisters of Avalorn, and bolt throwers. And they have very powerful magic. Yeah. But I've always been a huge like dwarf fan, so I get that. Dwarves are definitely the very first faction I ever tried. I tried them in Total War 1 and just could not wrap my head around the game at all. I'd never played a Total War game ever before, and I just found it overwhelming. I could not figure it out. And then I tried again in Total War 2. And like my first 3 games, I would say I still felt the same way. I just felt overwhelmed. I didn't really know how the interface worked. I didn't really understand or get what I should be building or when. I didn't do well in battles. You know, I just got my butt like handed to me. But eventually I learned. I just kind of kept at it, and what I did is I learned like one thing at a time. So I just tried to figure out like buildings. What should I build? How should I build it? When should I build it? That was the first thing I tried to figure out. I just tried to figure out buildings. What did I want to build and when? Then the next thing I tried to figure out was, well, how do I fight battles, or what should I do to fight battles, and so on and so forth. I just kind of tried to figure out like one thing at a time. I'm really glad that the garrison could fight them off, because I was not looking forward to having to run down that army at all. So yeah, I just took it like one step at a time. And if you check out MRPX_gaming on YouTube, I actually have a campaign with Emperor Karl Franz, where as I'm going along, I talk much more in depth about why I'm doing what I'm doing and how a particular feature of the game works. I kind of think of it as my How to Play Total War with Emperor Karl Franz. I personally learned a lot by watching Lionheart X10. Lionheart literally has, I don't know if he's updated them for Game 3, because a lot has changed since the Total War 2 games, but Lionheart used to have a series of tutorial videos about how do you put units in formation? How do you spin and rotate them in formation? Literally, how do you play the game? And then from Lionheart, I sort of graduated, or I went up to
The hound shall hunt them.
Legend of Total War. I don't watch a lot of Legend now. Legend of Total War plays in a very particular fashion, and it's not really the way I personally like to play the game, but I did learn a lot just from watching him. So this is one of the new super powerful unique locations. I think I'm just going to leave it there for the moment. And we will save this. And I think I'm probably going to call it there. Yeah, so MRPX_gaming on YouTube, my Emperor Karl Franz campaign, Lionheart X10 on Twitch and YouTube. I learned a lot about the basics of the game from him. Legend of Total War or Mercy the Mad went for more advanced stuff, but both of them really kind of play the game by they play it like a video game rather than like I play it as a slow, thoughtful strategy game, and I actually want to be like immersed in the lore and in the world and feel like I am that lord building an empire. And both of them play it more like a video game, where they figure out sort of what's the most abusive way. And I don't mean abusive in like, I don't really mean like cheating or anything, but like they figure out what's the flaw in the mechanics of the game that I can exploit in order to win. And there's not really anything, like, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that, because there 100% isn't anything wrong with that. But that's how they play, is their... Yeah, cheese.
I am an instrument of war.
Fativan Jones. That's probably the best way, that's probably the best term. I was sort of fighting or struggling to find the right term. And yes, that is probably the better way to put it. They are being fairly cheesy, which is perfectly fine. There's absolutely nothing wrong with playing the game that way.
Blood for the Blood God!
So I know, because I watched him move, I know there's another army here that's in ambush stance. And I am surprised that I cannot see it.
Blood awaits elsewhere. March for corn. Smooth.
So we will lightning strike. I'm just gonna...
Blood.
Yeah, I took way too much damage, which is not... That's not super shocking.
No satisfaction in easy slaughter. Blood. I'll do it.
Really? I mean, this is not a particularly threatening army. Like, it's not bad, but it's not... That's crazy to me that they think that's what's going to die. But either way, I think I am probably done for today. We will pick this up again, maybe this evening, actually. Maybe this evening? Probably tomorrow. Maybe this evening, depending on how much work I get done this afternoon. But we'll pick this up next time. I'll manually fight. You're very welcome, Fativan Jones. Thank you for being here and listening to me ramble and answer Shez Calazar's questions. I hope that helped, by the way, Shez Calazar. We'll pick this up here next time, and I will manually fight both of these battles, because there's no reason for half my army to be dying to this. Yeah. And we'll go from there. Try to figure this all out. The other problem, of course, is... So we'll manually fight that battle, we'll manually fight this battle, and then we'll probably turn around and take Karak Azgal, and we will likely have to manually fight that battle as well. I don't suppose you want peace again. He would take peace.
Before I wring your neck.
But I made that mistake last time. I took peace in hopes that Queek would finish him off, and then he beat the pants off Queek. So he had, at one point, Gorbad had two places. He had Black Crag and Karak Drom. And I gave him peace so that I could focus on Skarsnik, and then he ended up taking all of this and turning into a real problem. So on the one hand, I am tempted to take peace so that I can focus on Thoric, but on the flip side of that, I really don't want to give him 10 turns to build back up again, because that was a huge mistake last time. But we will figure that out next time. My other concern is if I have him chase this guy, then he will underway over and he will turn around and attack.
Not likely.
23 on 20.
Lord of Rage.
I can probably win that. Alright. So that's what we'll do. We will manually fight this battle, manually fight this battle, then we will likely have to manually fight this siege. We will pursue here with Decazor, and then very likely these two armies will come up here and try to take Death Gorge, but by then this army will be done, and we will just have to hope that the garrison and this army can keep them at bay. Yeah, alright. Yes, dwarves are highly advantaged in the auto-resolves. You are 100% correct, which is another reason why they're an excellent starting army. Other people argue that fact because they say that they're slow, which is also true, but I think dwarves are an excellent starting army. And if the grudge mechanic, so the grudge mechanic is new, dwarves have a fair amount of depth now. They've added a bunch of additional mechanics to dwarves that can be overwhelming. You can just ignore all that. You can ignore the grudge mechanic. You can ignore their ability to forge magic items and forge runes and do all that nonsense. Just learn the core functionality of the game. How to expand your empire, how to build your empire, how to fight battles. Then you can play around with the grudge mechanic or play around with forging magic items and runes. And, yeah, you get the idea. Anyway, I'm rambling it again. Thank you for watching. I hope you're having a great day. Happy Hump Day, and I will talk to you soon.